Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
I'm a hairy monster.
And today we are reacting to a couple shorts. First one, Pierce Morgan, Riley Gaines. And she's going up against this blonde, progressive gay man. Yeah. And he uses an argument that one could say is offensive to lesbians.
Well, you're also discriminating, but what about lesbians? Are they allowed in your changing rooms?
They're biological women.
No, but you're talking about women.
They're women.
Yeah, they're women.
But you're worried about women seeing
Look,
your body?
I mentioned nothing about. I mentioned nothing about. No. What I have a problem with is I don't want to see a naked man's genitalia. I'm married. I have a husband. You think my husband wants me seeing another naked man while he also gets to simultaneously, non-consensually at that, get to see me naked? No way. That goes against my values as a Christian. That goes against my values as a married woman. No way. That's what I have a problem with. It has nothing to do with his sexual orientation. I don't know if Thomas likes men or women or what, but either way.
From my understanding, gay men in the bathroom and locker room are different than lesbians in the bathroom and locker room.
Obviously.
In the sense that if a gay man sees someone, he's more likely to be aroused and maybe look. I said more likely. I don't know. Maybe there's some shy gay men out there. But women are not going to, get caught looking at anyone else. I remember I used to, turn and face the lockers when I'd change. Just so I knew no one could say anything. No one could say I was looking because I'm lockers facing those.
To let you know what they're arguing about exactly, it is she doesn't want biological men in the locker room with biological women, which I agree with.
Yeah.
But he doesn't agree with that. So in order to make a point, he said, well, what about lesbians? Do you want lesbians in your locker room?
Yeah, he threw us under the bus.
Yeah.
We're bad people.
As if that was a good point to make. Does he know nothing about lesbians? Sometimes I wonder if gay men know anything about lesbians. Do they think we think like them? Because we don't.
I think the point that Riley Gaines made was a fantastic point because it's not about the sexual orientation of the people in the room with you. It's about the fact that they can see what you got and you can see what they got. At least in the female locker room, before this, you knew that you were looking at someone with the same parts as you. You're not looking at something strange, something foreign, something that could harm you. You're just in a room with your equals, essentially.
A biological woman is not a threat to another biological woman, especially not the way
not naked.
A biological man is.
Especially not naked.
Exactly. So his point was just ridiculous. Where did he get that from? What orifice did he pull that out of?
Also, there's a big difference between, the locker room you go to at your gym and the locker room these ladies are in for, swimming competitions.
Yeah, where they have to
get naked and shower in the same area. You don't. It's completely different when you're talking about swimming, but at the same time, look at the incidents happening at Planet Fitness with that dude walking around with his schlong just hanging out.
Yeah, because you know what? When I heard that call with the guy who went to the Planet Fitness who was naked and then asked that 17-year-old to rub lotion on him and shower with him.
That's crazy.
That guy. When I heard the 911 call that the one woman made to call about it, I was waiting to hear the 911 operator say, well, there's nothing we can do about this because he identifies as trans. I was waiting for that.
I don't know. I think there's got to be something they can do.
Right, but what's
Stop it.
Right, but what is the how can you tell the difference between a trans woman who's completely naked walking around and a pervert who identifies as a trans woman walking around naked in the locker room? What's the difference? How can a person tell the difference?
Well, if Long Schlong Silver over here asked you to put lotion on him, that's probably a good way to tell. If the person walks into the fitting room and goes directly into the isolated areas where you can change in a stall, then you know that they're probably a trans woman, like you were saying. But if the person drops their bag in the middle and just starts stripping, that's how you know. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Because when you go into the when you would go into the locker room, were you looking around, taking off your clothes, or were you kind of just in your area, putting your stuff away, taking your clothes off, putting your clothes on, and going out there? You know what I mean?
That's why self-ID is a problem. That's why being inclusive is a problem. We need to gatekeep. Big time. Because there is a thing known as perverts.
Well, you're not saying don't let trans people participate in a sporting event necessarily.
No, I have no problem with trans men.
My point, you're not
Trans
saying
men. Women who identify as men.
you're not saying that you're against these people having fun and,
No,
and
I'm
competing
not against that.
and competing in a mutually understood
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
ground. You have a problem with them coming into a woman's space, exposing themselves and acting like they own the joint.
Yeah, no one's heard of flashers.
I know, I have.
Like, they're real.
Well, yeah, and you can have
They get arrested for that.
So here's the thing: is if that guy was in the men's locker room doing what he was doing,
He'd get punched in the face.
well, yes, but also he'd get arrested still
yeah.
for for having his schlong
Indecent
out,
exposure.
for and being weird with his schlong out. It doesn't matter which bathroom he was in. It just matters the fact that he was using the identification to get into a woman's facility.
Yes. It's the key to the lock that
That is
opens
the woman's
female
locker
spaces.
room.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't have to do anything to get it. All you have to do is say a few words.
Yeah, then you could just whip it out, I
I'm
guess.
trans. Exactly. This harms women completely. Oh, so this one.
How do we connect these two?
Well, the first one was about trans women, right? Mm-hmm. Men who think they're chicks. And this one is about J.K. Rowling and the trans thing. So it connects. Do you remember when Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, did that YouTube video with the trans kids? You don't remember that?
I have a real, unless it's Harry Potter, I don't really like Daniel Radcliffe.
I don't either. But he did this video supporting trans kids, which isn't a thing. And so did Emma Watson. And Emma Watson actually said that trans women are women. This bitch said trans women are women.
Yeah, she's woke, you know that.
Anyway, J.K. Rowling came out and said that once the tides turn and they're left looking like the assholes, she doesn't want to accept an apology from them. They should apologize to the people who they harmed because of their ridiculous ideological rhetoric.
Yeah, okay.
So, this is the story.
Now, J.K. Rowling has said that she will never forgive Harry Potter stars Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson over their unwavering and vocal...
Well, what'd the ginger guy do? Nothing?
No.
Ron Weasley. You gotta throw in a clip from the Harry Potter musical. Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter. Have you ever seen that? They do Harry Potter with puppets. Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
Harry Potter, that's me. Snape, Harry, Harry.
I've never seen it.
It's like if you're high funny.
Well, anyway, Ron didn't do anything.
Ron Weasley.
support of the trans community. What's this all about?
Yes, I'm not surprised. So here in the UK, there has been a massive government commissioned report out in the UK, and it's made waves. It's all about how the NHS, our National Health Service, has been treating children who question their gender. Now, it says children have been badly let down. It suggests that clinicians have pushed children into medical treatment, into hormone blockers, into cross-sex hormones, rather than provide them with holistic care, rather than provide them with therapy. Now, this is something that J.K. Rowling has been talking about for years. She's been calling this out. She's been talking about women's rights. She's been talking about how children are going down a route of irreversible damage. And it's people like Daniel Radcliffe and it's people like Emma Watson who both owe so much to J.K. Rowling, but is so quick to call her out for what they call transphobia. I think it's time that they actually listened, that they appreciated what J.K. Rowling has done for them. They wouldn't be in any position. They wouldn't have their fortunes. They wouldn't have their fame if it weren't for this author. Perhaps they owe her an apology because she's the one with any moral courage.
Yeah, spot on. She is the only one with the moral courage out there to stand up for what she believes in. Emily Carver, good to speak with you as always.
It's like she did something. She's like the first female author billionaire, I believe, right? First female something. And these two little weasels, not Ron, are going, a man can do that. You're no different than a man. It's what they're saying when they're saying trans women are women.
Well, that's why J.K. wrote under J.K. is because
Sexism.
of misogynistic perspectives on, like, writing and stuff. Yeah, J.K. Rowling is a big icon in this movement,
Yeah, she stands up for biological women.
and she's not afraid to speak out. And she's got some zingers, and I'm glad that she's alive in this time.
She's very sassy.
She's what we need more of.
I know. We don't have any American women aside from Riley Gaines. We don't really have a big biological woman figurehead that's American.
What's Posey Parker? Is she?
She is not American.
I can't think of I just have to ask.
The Brits they're ahead of us when it comes to this. The American women are just pussies. I mean, they wore those pussy hats for a reason. Like, me too. Say no to men unless they think they're women. Bitches, get out of here with your nonsense.
J.K. Rowling has every right not to forgive them, as well as the fact that they're gonna crash and burn. I mean,
yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe is already having horrible movies come out.
He's a little off.
Emma Watson's, adorable. Don't get me wrong, but
Her nose it's up there.
But, like, honey, calm down. If trans women are women, why isn't your mom a trans woman? We
What's
can't
the
have a
difference
trans
between
woman
your
for
mom
no-
and a trans woman then? If trans women are
Vaginas.
women, and if trans women are women, then there is no trans. You played yourself. You erased yourself. By saying trans women are women, you're saying that you don't exist. Because trans doesn't exist. Because trans woman is woman.
That's exactly what you're saying.
That's so fucking stupid. But hilarious at the same time. Trans women are women. It's like, you're saying you don't exist.
It also diminishes every accomplishment that any woman has ever made.
Oh, but they don't give a fuck about women. Don't you understand? They don't care about us. They want to be us. That's why they're so mad at us.
Well,
and
the
they say
first
want
clip-
to stab us and shit.
The first clip showed clearly that they don't care about women.
Oh, no.
Because if you're going to degrade lesbians, biological women, and tell women that are straight that they should be scared of lesbians, since when?
Since when?
Every lesbian I've ever seen around a straight woman, if anything, wants to convert her. They don't want to hurt them. They want to love them. You know
It
what I mean?
just sounds predatory. It's you try to turn straight girls. Yeah.
I don't, but there are people that do.
And
That's
the
what I'm saying-
majority of
That's what I'm
lesbians,
saying. No,
it's
I'm
like-
saying that the worst of lesbians is the one that wants to turn a chick.
Yeah, but the last thing she's going to do is be a fucking creep in the locker room.
No, she's never gonna be aggressive.
If
she's gonna
anything,
be
she's
sweeter
just
than
gonna
any
be
boyfriend you've
friends
ever
with
met.
her.
Yeah, she's gonna be sweeter than any guy you've ever met. That's about it. Like, comment, subscribe.
Ring our bell.